yourself, check yourself. Like, if you realize you're only getting dressed and you're only having fun and putting in effort when you go meet other people, but you're not doing it with yourself, I would consider talking to yourself about that, seeing what that's about. Solo dating, dating alone, self-care, self-love, whatever you want to call it, it all comes into the topic that we're discussing today. Solo dating, or just going out by yourself. So I prepared my little notes. If you've been here since I've started my channel, thank you so much. I've also gotten a lot of new subscribers from the shorts I've been posting, so go check out my shorts as well. So, solo dating. What makes people nervous when they hear this, or it makes women feel subconscious, or maybe even men, is the idea that you're using the word date, which usually is two people. It's usually romantic, but you know, you're describing yourself and something you're doing by yourself. So when I started like going places by myself, I was also nervous. Probably the first 2 times, because you go places by yourself. Grocery store, Target, CVS, Chipotle, like these things, you don't realize it, but you know, you're going to places by yourself. You're doing things by yourself. What's making you nervous is that you're going somewhere where typically you're accompanied by someone. But if you think about all the things that you have already done yourself, it shouldn't be too bad. When I started like actually solo dating, I just felt like upset at myself for just not living basically, and not experiencing things because I was waiting on a friend or a significant other or a family member to go with me. So at that point I was just, you know, fed up, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm autonomous. Like, I am my own person. You know, I can do this. So to list a couple of places I have solo dated, I actually hate that term, but whatever. The movies, the beach, any park, open area, of course the bar, lunch dates. This is different. I went to like a spoken word poetry open night, plays on Broadway, concerts, shopping. Yeah, just to list a few. The first time I went somewhere on my own, and I acclaimed that, you know, this was a solo date, was actually a candlelit concert. And I'll insert a clip of what it is, like right here. But that's where I went first, and once you got there, like once you get to the place you're going, it helps that you realize that you're not that important, and people are just gonna go on about their lives. That's a way I have adapted thinking that has helped me so much when like going on these solo dates. Like, no one's looking at you, like you're not that important, you know? Don't do this because you want to show off that you have X amount of money and X amount of resources and you don't need anyone. And yes and no. This is something you do to take yourself to experience things, and you're not waiting for that friend, that family member to go places with you. It's really a beautiful educational journey. Also, if you want to work on things, like if you want to work on your time management, if you want to work on your attitude, your temperament, and just like overall like boost your quality of life, solo dating is something that can help with all of that, because you're not on someone else's time. If you want to work on time management and you set a goal, or you make a reservation for 9 p.m., you know, you have to be on top of yourself to make sure that you're there at a certain time. You can check your own attitude. You can see how other people interact with you versus when you're in a group. Obviously, people will judge, even sometimes family. But, you know, it's about what you get out of it. What I get out of it, honestly, I feel more confident, and I feel satisfied. I feel like I didn't waste my weekend waiting to do something. This is also a great skill to have. If you want to be spontaneous, but you can't be spontaneous because of whatever reason, maybe you have a child, maybe you take care of your parents, maybe you're an older sibling and you take care of your siblings, this gives you an opportunity to be spontaneous when you don't have to wait on someone to tell you yes or no or what time or get a ride. You know, you really can just get up and go and be your own person and really fill that void of like spontaneity that, you know, maybe you had and you lost. Some tips for solo dating. So if it is your first time, I would not recommend that you go straight to a dinner reservation. Having dinner alone is very doable. There's nothing wrong with it, but it can be more intimidating versus starting off by going to happy hour, starting off going to a pop-up event. Because these things, it's very like in and out. At happy hour, people, you know, maybe they come after work or they come before dinner and they're very in and out. The turnover for a happy hour is about an hour and a half. So that's something light and fun that you could do yourself that people won't, you know, people won't be drawn to look at you more if you are by yourself. Not that that's a problem, but just keep in mind your own comfortability. When I go on a solo date, I do everything I would as if I was going on, as if I was going out with my friends or a potential, like I do my hair, do my lashes, wear perfume, pay attention to detail to my outfit, because really it's about how you're treating yourself. Check yourself. Like if you realize you're only getting dressed and you're only having fun and putting in effort when you go meet other people, but you're not doing it with yourself, I would consider talking to yourself about that, seeing what that's about. So start small. Happy hour, pop-up events in the daytime. The movies is something very small that you can build up. Gradually you'll build up to bigger venues, bigger shows. This is also a skill that you have to build on. It won't be easy at first because we're so used to being joint at the hip, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is a muscle that you're going to have to exercise to feel comfortable, to do more things on your own. Google things, look at the restaurant, look at the environment that you're putting yourself in, because at the end of the day, you are by yourself. You're going to have to watch your own back. So it's helped me look at the reviews, look at parking, look at how people are dressed, look at the hours that the restaurant is most busy or the place is most busy, so that I can like gauge what time I want to get there and what kind of mood I'll be in when I get to the venue. It's really pushed me to just like come out of my comfort zone a little bit, you know, be more assertive with my time and my energy. So that's also a great, that's a great thing. That's a great thing to have, you know. I will end this video with a little horror story, just so you know, like, you want to start solo dating, just do it. Like it'll be okay. So I was on TikTok and I saw this speakeasy. Typically with speakeasies, I've never been to a speakeasy that ran this way, but it's because I didn't do my research before I got there. So when I got there, I finally found the place because it was hidden. I spoke to the woman at the door, the host, I guess, at the door, and I said, she said, "Did you make a reservation?" And I said, "No." And she's like, "Oh, we're actually fully booked for tonight." So I said, "Oh, okay." Mind you, I got dressed for the occasion. I was excited to see, they had live music in there. I was excited to see the performance. She said what she could do was write my name on a waiting list, and if the party for that time didn't show up in 10 minutes, then I would be able to get their reservation. So I said okay. I went to a restaurant across the street. While I waited there, and then I got the text like, hi, unfortunately we can't seat you tonight. I was really devastated. I felt embarrassed because I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I came to this restaurant, like, you know, and people, you know, people frequent places. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, like, what if the person behind me was like, she didn't make a reservation, you know, ha ha ha. But, you know, I'm still alive. I'm still here. And I did end up going back to that speakeasy, and I did make a reservation. Start your solo dating journey for good reasons. Present yourself how you would present yourself if you were going on a date or you were going out with your girlfriends, because you deserve it. To start small so that you don't overwhelm yourself all at once. And fourth, do things that you love. Do things that you love, that you don't have to convince anyone to love with you, and you will have a good time. And I promise you won't regret it.